Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Lance, and welcome back to the Fame Report. And today, man, we got a really good one. We got Ice Cube, all right? Ice Cube is going to be breaking down why Jay-Z was so close to R. Kelly and Diddy, right? And it's an interesting topic because I always wondered that, but I hope Ice Cube can really break that down for us. So let's get into it.
Feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said, and not afterwards where you go home and think, I should have said this. What makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of the club. That pisses them off.
So, Ice Cube just revealed some disturbing details about the real reason why Jay-Z was BFFs with men like Diddy and R. Kelly. Y'all better sit down for this one because what Ice Cube had to say will shock you. Each day, it seems more and more inevitable that Jay-Z is going down the same way Diddy is because it turns out we don't even know the half of it. According to Ice Cube, Jay, Puffy, and R. Kelly were all part of the same group that did all sorts of terrible things and helped each other cover it up. And Jay didn't stop being friends with these guys until the last minute because he allegedly didn't want them to expose his role in all of it. But it seems like the lid is about to be blown off because R. Kelly is in jail. Diddy is getting slammed with all these lawsuits, and folks are saying Jay-Z is up next. But how come Jay-Z had such a strong alliance with R. Kelly and Diddy in the first place? And what secrets was he so desperate to protect? Well, let's get into it.
I don't know if you guys remember, but Jaguar Wright also spoke on that and said Jay-Z is next. So this speaks to that as well. And that was like 3 days ago, Jaguar said that. So back to the video.
Yeah, they are, very close to, if they haven't already crossed the line with that. And I think it should be looked into what they're doing to the big three.
So it seems like the walls are closing in on Jay-Z because Ice Cube recently dropped some disturbing details about the relationship between Hav, Diddy, and R. Kelly. From the looks of it, the things Ice Cube knows about Jay could officially end his career and send him to the gallows. Sources close to him even say that Ice Cube has revealed his information to authorities to help bring Jay-Z and Diddy down. And as you can imagine, it's a lot of dark stuff. To start with, Jay-Z has been making the news rounds because in the light of everything being exposed about Diddy, some people believe he is up next to be exposed. In fact, YouTuber Storm Monroe seemed to have insider information on the matter. Storm posted a video recently where he talked about how Jay was going to be hit with the same onslaught of lawsuits Diddy is currently facing once the Diddy situation plays out. He suggested that there were some people behind the scenes pulling strings to make sure Diddy goes down and that Jay-Z follows right along.
Once they're done with Diddy, right? And this is going to be going on for some time, but once, I guess you can say the public humiliation, basically after the major documentaries come out, right? After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right? Jay-Z, over the course of his career, and I have to still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know. For some reason, y'all like to conveniently forget what age Foxy Brown was when he was with her. Y'all like to forget that he was rolling with R. Kelly and they was doing a lot of things together. Y'all like to forget a lot of that, right? But good PR, good marketing, and the fact that, you know, Jay-Z got a lot of this industry on lock. So he's able to keep a lot of things hush-hush. He's very powerful, and Beyonce is too, but they are still black. And this industry is not. The people that run it, they are not. Okay. So when they're done with you and it's your turn to be exposed, you're going to be exposed too. So long story short, I told y'all Diddy was first.
Now, we don't know how much of that is true or how long it will take before it gets to Jay-Z's turn to be exposed. However, people have started bringing up some old stuff that Jay got up to in the past that could potentially be the reason why he gets exposed. And much of this has to do with things he allegedly did with Diddy and R. Kelly back in the day. To give you some context, back in the day, Jay didn't really become a successful artist at a very young age, unlike many of his peers in the music scene. On the other hand, R. Kelly had already established himself as a mainstream R&B artist in the early 1900s, and Diddy was working at one of the most important record labels. Ultimately, all three of them would meet in different scenarios.
I think she meant to say the early 90s. Back to the video.
And Jay would go on to collaborate with them on different artistic projects. Now, Jay-Z and R. Kelly were incredibly close, and they were friends even outside the studio. They attended the same parties, shopped at the same stores, dated the same girls, and so on. And that's why, ever since R. Kelly has been exposed for being a creep, people believe Jay-Z must also be the same. There have even been speculations that Jay knew all about R. Kelly's escapades with young girls, and that he not only encouraged and helped him cover it up, but he also participated in it. Take Aaliyah, for example. In 1991, when Aaliyah and R. Kelly met, she was only 12 years old, even though she was already a talented singer. By 1994, Aaliyah had released her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. What y'all might not know about that album is that it was written and produced by R. Kelly. Now, of course, that album is a classic, and it has some of the timeless tracks from that era, like Back and Forth and At Your Best, You Are Love. However, one of the underlying messages from that album was that love is love, no matter the age. R. Kelly basically projected his feelings about a teenager on her debut album, because wouldn't you know it? A witness later testified that R. Kelly had started having relations with Aaliyah from when she was 13. In August 1994, when Aaliyah was 15, R. Kelly obtained a forged document stating Aaliyah's age as 18, and he secretly married her after he allegedly found out she was pregnant. Mind you, he was already 27 at this point. Was she really pregnant? Whatever happened to the pregnancy, we'll probably never know. What we do know is that the marriage was annulled in 1995 because, of course, Aaliyah was not old enough to legally enter a marriage. Although Aaliyah's case was the most publicized, dozens of other women and girls have since come forward with stories of how they survived R. Kelly's interest in teenage girls. When R. Kelly was later convicted and sentenced to jail in 2021, many people wondered how he could do the things he did for so long without anyone calling him out on it. Well, it was all thanks to people who knew what he was doing and looked the other way, and people who even joined him to do these things, like Jay-Z. In a recently resurfaced interview, Nas talked about this issue with Wendy Williams on her former 107.5 FM radio show. According to Nas, Jay-Z definitely knew about R. Kelly's twisted interest in young girls, but he just went with it and kept working with him.
Yo, don't put up no movies. I said, that's not my style. That's not what I'm going to do. Yeah, I could have put up movies. I could have showed the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about, made fun of it, and said, yo, Jay's hanging out. When Jay and them was in there doing basketball boys, you can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come in the studio and show R. Kelly.
Whoa, pause. I never heard this audio. So Nas has been on it. See, that's why I respect Nas. Shout out to Nas. Shout out to Nas. You see this disgustingness that's been going on in this industry since back then? What is this? This was 2002. 2002. Back to the video, man.
You can't tell me, you won't tell me that working on that album, that he ain't never seen no girl come in the vicinity.
My belief is that anybody who's worked with him and been in his cipher has seen it go down.
You've seen it go down.
Yeah.
I've been around R. Kelly, and I pay for that, brother. I've been on a tour with him. It didn't last too long, but I've been around him. I didn't see no 14-year-old, but I talked to the man, and I've seen there's a little problem there. The brother needs help, and I pay for him. But if I sit there and did an album about women with him, I'm definitely maybe indulgent. He had to be indulgent for 14-year-olds, man. That's what I'm saying. What I'm here for the people, man. I'm here to talk the truth.
Oh, but if you thought that was the end of it, then you're about to be surprised. Even after knowing everything R. Kelly did to Aaliyah, Jay was still interested in her, and he even tried to date her when she was dating his friend, Dame Dash. Jay would send her flowers, try to court her, go on dates with her, the whole shebang. But Aaliyah just wasn't feeling him that way, and she told him as much. But Jay couldn't handle the rejection, so he tried sabotaging Dame's career. And the reason why this was such a betrayal to Dame was that he and Jay had been tight for a long time. Back when Jay was still a struggling artist, hawking his records from studio to studio, and nobody wanted to
pause. I actually disagree with that. I think it had a lot more to do with it than just that. But that could have been a part of it, right? But it had way more to do with it, just that. But back to the video.
Sign him. Dame put his time and resources down to form Rockefeller Records with him. This gave Jay the needed leverage to snag a distribution deal with Def Jam in 1997. And from there, he started working with other big names like Diddy, Ski, and DJ Premier. However, things started going sour between Dame Dash and Jay-Z because of Jay's interest in Aaliyah, and Jay began to cut Dame out of important decisions and business moves. Jaguar Wright once talked about how Jay did Dame dirty because of his own selfish interests.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't you wanted to get away from your homie if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he a girl that didn't want you.
Oh.
But that's not even the worst part. In February 2002, that infamous footage of someone who appears to be R. Kelly blanking on a girl who was later discovered to be under 18 was released. A few months later, R. Kelly got arrested and indicted on 21 counts of, minion corn. When police went to search his Florida residence, they found images and a videotape of young girls in compromising positions with R. Kelly. R. Kelly denied all of this, and the charges got dropped in 2004, but we all know how that ended. Meanwhile, even all the dirt coming out about R. Kelly didn't make Jay-Z cut him off or call him out. Oh no. Instead, in 2002, the same year all this went down, Jay collaborated with R. Kelly on the album The Best of Both Worlds. They even planned to go on tour that same year, but because of R. Kelly's pesky little legal problems, they had to postpone the tour till 2004. Never mind that in the midst of all this, Aaliyah lost her life in that tragic plane crash.
So to be honest, like, if you remember The Best of Both Worlds, you don't see my name on that. You know what I mean? And
Your name is not on either album.
Hell no, I never wanted no parts of that. So when homie was doing that shit, I was like, bro, you know our homie violated, and he violated my girl. He violated a friend of yours. So, when he moved forward with that, like me, I was like, yo, Dusko! I was like, yo, I don't want no parts of that. Put my part of that to Aaliyah's breast cancer thing, But then it was around the time when Jay was acting like he didn't want to really continue and move forward with all of us as partners because he didn't want Biggs down, because he wasn't doing nothing. And I was like, yo, bro, I can't move forward. We can start something new, but like Rockefeller, that's us.
Come 2004, and Jay and R. Kelly had already recorded and released another album, Unfinished Business. They also finally went on their tour, and Jay had a swell time singing and dancing all with his creepy best friend. This made Dame feel betrayed and heartbroken because Jay was, well, like his brother. Jay also knew how difficult Aaliyah's experience with R. Kelly was for her, and he knew Dame tried as much as possible to stay away from R. Kelly because Aaliyah didn't want to make a scene.
There was a girl, and when she was even...
You see all this drama? You see all of this drama? It's so much going on. And it's usually over a girl. It's usually always over a girl. Or a woman, I should say. Let's just say woman, because the way these people be playing, shoot, we gonna use the word woman from now on. Back to the video.
Trying to talk about it, she couldn't.
Yeah.
And I remember Aaliyah trying to talk about it, and she couldn't. She just would leave it at that dude was a bad man. And I didn't really want to know what he did, to the extent that I might feel the need, to approach, to just deal with it, just because that's what a man does. But it just was so much hurt for her to revisit it. It was like, I wouldn't even want to revisit it without a professional. Whatever got done was terrible.
But did Jay-Z stay loyal to the friend who had been with him literally through thick and thin? No, sir. He went ahead and publicly took his stance with R. Kelly, who would later be sent to prison for 30 years. Now, Jay and R. Kelly later fell out, with R. Kelly even allegedly panicking about Jay trying to unalive him. R. Kelly's former cellmate Ronnie Bo later talked about how R. Kelly was in prison, talking about Jay being jealous of him and trying to get him killed.
Prior to that event, he said like days before the event, he was getting death threats that he felt like was coming from Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z was trying to basically, it may sound outrageous, but he felt like Jay-Z wanted to get him killed for whatever reason.
Oh no, it don't sound outrageous, brother. We've heard a lot on this channel so far. It don't sound outrageous to me. Especially in this industry. I may believe it. I may believe it. I'm not, hey, especially now. Back to the video.
I don't know if it could have been some Illuminati sacrifice type shit. I don't know. He don't know. You know what I mean? But that's how he felt. And so,
But what's important to know in all of this is that Jay didn't fall out with R. Kelly because of all the creepy, criminal, disgusting things R. Kelly did. He got angry with R. Kelly because around the time they wanted to go on tour, R. Kelly started acting unprofessionally. He wouldn't show up for rehearsals, or he'd show up late. He was paranoid and he complained about everything. According to inside sources, the reason why Jay-Z tried to stay cool with R. Kelly despite everything is that he was afraid that R. Kelly would try to bring him down with him as he was going down for his crimes. Because whatever R. Kelly was doing, Jay-Z was also doing. But rather than protecting him, Jay's closeness with R. Kelly only painted him in a bad light and made people start speculating on what he knew. That's supposedly the...
Yo, the thing I gotta give to Jay though is he's 10 million steps ahead. By the time you start speculating, you know, he's already... And by the way, too, I want to say there's no sufficient evidence of anything on Jay-Z. Okay, like how we have with Diddy. So, you know, put some respect on Jay's name. But until we get some sort of evidence that something happened, because, you know, we come with the facts on this channel, right? We always come with the facts. But you do have to question, though, because I'm also not going to be naive. You do have to question, if you're hanging out with these people, what's your agenda, right? And I'm not just talking about Jay, I'm just in general, right? So that's why I like Nas. I like Nas's stance. Nas was like, nah, I'm good, homie. Nah, I'm good. You see, something's wrong with the dude. I'm talking about R. Kelly, by the way, not Jay. Something's wrong with the dude, right? See, Nas had the foresight to see that. Nas could spot that from a mile away. It's certain tendencies that it's just not normal, right? Especially when it comes to, let's just say Kelly. We're just going to say Kelly. We ain't even going to say the word. Okay? Back to the video.
Major reason their relationship went south, getting to a point where they started suing each other for millions and millions of dollars. Folks are now saying that Jay has learned his lesson from R. Kelly, and that's why he's giving Diddy the cold shoulder now. Diddy and Jay-Z have also been friends for a long, long time.
50 Cent just spoke about this. We're going to put a picture of what 50 Cent just posted about Jay-Z right here so you can see it. It's, hey, Fifth got jokes. It is interesting to kind of, because remember when I told y'all, a lot of these industry people, they know. You don't think Fifth knows? Fifth's been around all these cats, right? And not because he wanted to hang around them. It's just when you're in the industry, you just rub shoulders with people. That's how it works. That's your colleague, right? Especially if you sign to the same label, you may see them, you may have similar friends, right? So I'm sure now they definitely steering clear. And I'm sure people are now going to be a lot more vigilant of who they hanging around right now. Because the one thing you can't get back is your reputation. Once that's destroyed, that's it. Vamos. Done. All right. Back to the video.
They've always hung out together, and there are even rumors that Jay and Beyonce have attended many of Diddy's freak-off parties. In fact, Diddy recently said that the only two people allowed to call him by his government name are Jay-Z.
Those are rumors, right? Look, we gonna stop it right here because now we're getting too deep into the conspiracies. All right, so look, here's my opinion. Here are my thoughts on this situation. First of all, respect and shout out to Cube and shout out to Nas, okay? They are the highlight of this video in terms of, gentlemen that just ain't standing for it, right? They stand on business. When you want to talk about people that stand on business, you talk about Nas, you talk about, Ice Cube. Again, do they make their mistakes? Absolutely. They probably make their mistakes. Of course. But they ain't doing all of this freak off stuff and all that other stuff. They ain't doing all that other stuff from what I know, right? And I'm sure they're not. Let's just keep it G, right? So let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I want to know, do you guys feel that Jay may be next? Is that a reach, right? Because for me, I personally, always looked up to Jay, right? In terms of his ability to go from music to business, just all that stuff, right? I take that out. Personally, me, I've always saw Jay as a real mogul in terms of, he went from music and he did phenomenal with that, and then he turned it into the business side of things. And we know Jay's accolades, right? So, and then just being a good human being. Of course, sometimes he's done some things that, and hasn't everybody, right? But again, when it comes to the evidence on what people have done, that's what we judge on the Fame Report. We need to see the receipts, right? We need to see what have you done and what did you not do, right? And Kelly, he's in jail for 30 years. They gave him football numbers, right? He out of here, right? And then Diddy's pretty much vamoose. It's pretty much done. Let's just be honest. It's pretty much done, right? Not even pretty much. It is done in terms of the reputation. It's gone, right? So, and look at what it only takes. What's interesting? It could take 24 years to build your reputation, and only 24 seconds, which I think that video maybe was a minute, to destroy it. I'm going to say that again so it can really marinate with you. It could take 24 years to build up that reputation, and it could take 24 seconds to just destroy it. Just like that. Everything you worked for over 24 years is gone. That's it. Right? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you slap the like button, kick the subscribe button for more. Until next time,